FSU weather for the spring semester. Again, good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Jay Carstens.
I'm Casey Cloud. It was a nice day across our area. Great, just nice to go out and enjoy.
Just fantastic day out there. Those temperatures getting into the lower 80s, still hanging around there right now. Humidity values are remarkably low as a high pressure system is dominated across our area throughout the entirety of the day.
Absolutely, just wonderful. And that's going to say the trend, at least till we get to midweek or so, those temperatures really going to continue to warm up. But as we get later in the week, by Friday, it looks like a chance of showers will enter into the picture.
Yeah, once we expand things out to the southeast later on in the show, we'll talk about that storm system. It's having some pretty nasty impacts. Some areas near Houston, Texas, seeing as much as 17 inches of rain over the past 24 hours. Again, we'll be talking more about that later on with Andres.
Absolutely, getting into that, breaking all that down, just a serious situation there in Harris County.
Yeah, but around here, again, those temperatures are going to be staying on the rise. That summer heat is starting to come around now as we make our move towards finals week, of course, with May and that summer term right on the way.
Yes, we're going to be warming up even more for that time frame. Just really temperatures 90s most days with a sea breeze showers starting to develop, a weather pattern change for sure.
Yeah, we'll have a little bit more on finals week as a whole, of course, and what resources are going to be available to all of you out there, in addition to, of course, talking about those nice temperatures that are going to be hanging around here. Pretty cool stuff actually going to be happening around here next Wednesday. We'll just leave it as a teaser for now, of course. We'll talk about it when we are on our third desk a little bit later on.
Yeah, we'll be detailing all that. We had the FSU SLC, of course, what we're talking about with a movie debut. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and take it over for an overview of the show with Matt Mackie.
Hey, thank you guys so much. We've had some marvelous Monday weather, some great weather, and that's going to make for a great show. You can see right now the Florida Peninsula. It's relatively clear over most of it, just some cloud cover, light cloud cover in the southern portions of the state, Miami, Key West. But the big story today is once you get over here, further down the Gulf Coast states, Louisiana, Texas, to borrow a phrase from my friend Tyler Van Harten, Houston is currently underwater. They've seen over a foot of rain. That's not snow, that's rain. So we'll keep an eye on that. Got a lot more in store for you on the rest of the show today. I'm going to step off really quick so you can get a better picture of that radar progression. As far as temperatures around the area, we're seeing pretty mild, pretty warm values. 81 in Tallahassee. It's been like that all day. Things have been really warm, really great. Wilma's the hot spot on the map right now, 84 degrees over there, and you can see things are pretty much not too much difference when you move over to the high temperature view. 82 in Tallahassee, that's what we're at right now. You can see the only place we had a little bit of variation is over here in Quincy. They got 81. Right now they're sitting at 79, so really hot, really warm around the area, even still into the nighttime hours. For tonight, though, the lack of cloud cover is going to mean it's going to get down. Be really cool. 48 degrees. That's colder than some parts of the mid-Atlantic tonight. So it's going to be a cool, clear night. Grab a light jacket because you got some wind in the mix. But as for a sneak peek of what's ahead, you got tons of sunshine, temperatures increasing, and your come Friday, rain chances are going to increase. So make sure you bring the umbrella out on that day. We're going to send it back to the desk where Casey and Jake are waiting.
Thanks, Matt. A very enjoyable Friday evening into Saturday at Relay for Life. We were there. A lot going on with that event.
Yeah, plenty of fun out there. 14th annual Relay for Life. They've been doing this all the way back to 2003, of course, the cancer fundraising event that has really been a dominant presence across much of the country. We were going from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Friday into Saturday morning. It was pretty cool out there. We had some sprinkles, but definitely a fun time for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Raised over $300,000 at FSU for cancer research and the things that Relay for Life does. $500 from the North Florida AMS NWA.
Yeah, plenty of fun, of course, and again, like you were saying, they met the goal. $300,000 was the goal. They raised about $308,000 to be precise. So pretty emotional ceremonies at times, of course. It really hit some nostalgia points, and otherwise just a really fun time out there. Now let's talk about some of the stuff that's going to be happening around campus over the next couple of weeks. Mostly, with this desk, we're going to be talking about your finals week resources are going to be available. Starting off, we're going to have 24-hour libraries. Strozier and Dirac, starting Friday night, are going to be open 24 hours. Of course, Strozier, usually during the week, is open 24, but Dirac Science Library over on the west side of campus, also going to be open 24 hours from Friday through the end of finals week.
Yeah, definitely great to have on hand to be able to go there to study. Also, Seminole Dining Swanee Room open from 24 hours from now through Friday.
Yeah, sounds good. I will. I'll definitely be going there for some late night food. So let's send it over to Tyler with a look around Tallahassee area.
Thank you, guys, and that's comforting to know that I can take permanent residents in the library for the next 2 weeks. But for today, I would want to be outside because it was very nice outside. Very low humidity as well. And that allowed temperatures to go from the mid-40s all the way up to the low 80s for high temperatures. That's where we sit right now in Tallahassee and at St. Mark's. Other areas closer towards the coast, such as Carabel and Apalachicola, were in the mid-70s as of this 6 o'clock hour. And that's due to the sea breeze, because the water temperature right now is only 70 degrees. Satellite and radar really shows that there isn't much happening in the immediate tri-state region. We do have a little bit of cloud cover, though, as we go into the western portions of the southeast near Meridian, Mississippi, and Monroe, Louisiana. That will transgress over towards the eastern side of the southeast, over towards our by Thursday and Friday. Current winds as of this time shows where we got the 12-mile-an-hour winds out of the southwest, out of the northeast towards the southwest, rather, in Orlando, and that's a wind direction that's been common across most of the southeast. Current dew points, this is what I alluded to earlier, very dry conditions, especially inland where we have dew points in the 30s. However, along the coast, it's much more moist. Look at that, a 30-degree dew point difference almost, with a 59-degree dew point in Apalachicola. Water vapor from the upper levels confirms this. Dry air, mainly from the tri-state area over towards the east coast, and the moisture staying in Texas and Louisiana for at least the next couple of days. On the sands, though, it's really, really nice day because not only do we have those warm temperatures, you have the low surf because of a light wind at east at 5 miles an hour, causing very low surf as well, but you're going to have to wear sunscreen because the UV index is sitting at 8. But for tonight, those clear skies, those low dew points, all means for another very chilly night for this time of year. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s for most inland locations, except low 50s right in downtown and mid-50s at the coastline. But for tomorrow, we will warm back right into the mid-80s, which is about 5 degrees warmer than average, except if you're going to the coast, like Carmel and Apalachicola, will be in the mid-70s. Now, in the 7-day forecast, it will be pretty warm for this time of year as we go through the next couple of days, especially on Sunday and Monday, where we could approach 90 degrees, and low temperatures will warm up from the 50s into the 60s. But now let's send it back over to Ayesha with our next segment.
Thanks, Tyler. So let's take a look around Florida right now. 81 degrees in Tallahassee, just beautiful weather from the high pressure system. 78 in Orlando, and down in Miami, they're seeing a little bit of cloud cover at 78. So 24-hour temperature change, not much to see because there's no front. So all you're seeing is those 1s and 2s. Satellite and radar, most of the rain is over in Texas area like everyone was speaking on, but we are going to see some rain chances on Friday when that cold front comes through. Most of central Florida, such as Orlando and Tampa, will see some thunderstorms around Saturday, so watch out for that. Bring your jacket. Current dew point, not much moisture as Tyler was talking about. 33 in Tallahassee, a little bit more moisture down in Miami, 57 for them, and 60 for Key West. The radar tour, it's a bit boring, but I'll take you through it. Through Tallahassee, not much to see, just a little bit of sea breeze down near Jacksonville and going into central Florida, Tampa, not much to see as well because the high pressure system is really dominating the area, like Jake said before. In Miami and Key West, nothing to see but spotted showers, maybe even noise, honestly, not much to see. Futurecast showing you a little bit of showers for on eastern Florida, but that's probably not going to happen. That's probably just some low-level clouds. On Tuesday, we're going to kick it into the morning time, and you're going to see some few clouds here and there, but still the high-pressure system is still going to be there. What's really causing all these cloud cover area, there's a high upper level low situated in the Atlantic Ocean, and then there's a high situated near the panhandle of Florida. So that's causing a lot of rip currents on the eastern coast of Florida. So make sure if you go out on the boat or you go out to the beach, Treasure Coast, stuff like that, make sure you know those rip currents are dangerous. Going into Tuesday night, still not much to see. Cloud cover, low-level clouds, and high pressure system still there. Tonight's forecast, 49 in Tallahassee. That's pretty low. We're going to see those lows get a bit higher, up in the upper 50s. Miami, 67. That's pretty nice. Tomorrow's forecast, 85 degrees in Tallahassee. It's going to be a hot one. And later on Miami, they're going to see 81s. But when that cold front comes in on Friday, it's not going to be cooling us. So we're still going to see those upper 80s for Central Florida and southern parts of Florida. So sorry, folks, it's not going to cool you down. Tomorrow night, though, 55 in Tallahassee, 54 in Jacksonville, and all the way down on Key West, 70. So they haven't even moved a bit from 80. But I'm going to take it back to the desk with my two favorite people, Jake and Casey.
Thanks a lot, Ayesha. That was pretty cool. Now, let's just add something with what we were talking about over at the last desk. The ACE Learning Center will also be having extended hours during the finals week. Chaos, I guess as we'd like to call it that. They'll be open into the late night hours as well. So, of course, if you want to get some tutoring in before it gets too late at night, you'll have another resource to go to there. Now let's talk some fun stuff that's going to be going on during finals week, starting over at the Student Life Cinema.
Yeah, there's going to be an advanced screening premiere of The Lonely Island, a very intriguing movie for sure.
Yeah, the film is, of course, the second that's going to be released by The Lonely Island. They had a film called Hot Rod that debuted a few years back. They're noted for a lot of humor in their music, of course. They've had appearances on Saturday Night Live in the past. So the three of them will be here when the screening happens, and the Student Life Cinema has definitely been anticipating this in advance and has already been not selling because it's actually a free event, student passes for the event for the last few days, and they're going to be continuing to do so until the event arrives. Again, that's going to be next Wednesday night, and getting a pass does not necessarily guarantee that you will be getting in, so you definitely are going to want to show up early if you're going to want to go see that.
Yeah, they're telling me 2 hours or more before is where you really want to be in terms of that time frame to guarantee yourself or even have a good chance of being able to sit down in there.
Yeah, we have a really nice history of advanced screenings here. We had Pitch Perfect 2 back last spring. We actually had Kevin Hart and Ice Cube on campus in past years, back in 2013 and 2014 respectively. So plenty of fun here. Nice celebrity presence here on campus, so it's going to be really fun to see. Now we're going to throw it out to Andres to talk about the Southeast and some of that Texas flooding.
Indeed, but before we get into that flooding, you can see that current temperatures around the southeast. It's 81 here in Tallahassee, 80 in Atlanta, 75 in Little Rock, and Shreveport is sitting at 67 degrees with all that rain and cloud coverage they're seeing right now in the east part of Texas. But right here in Miami and Key West are both sitting at 78 degrees. So for the most part, the southeast is sitting at comfortable temperatures as we are under this high pressure that is just keeping everything from forming up around our area. And this is how we woke up this morning. We woke up kind of chilly. It was 45 here in Tallahassee, 50 in Atlanta, 46 in Montgomery. And it was to me, I like cooler weather. So to me, it was a nice way to wake up. But, you know, it was 67 in Miami and 67 as well in New Orleans. But for today, the high was 82 here in Tallahassee, 80 in New Orleans. And as you can see over there, 70 in Shreveport. They did get up a little bit, but that cloud coverage is just keeping those temperatures down. And the visible satellite, well, you can see the stationary front over there in the east part of Texas, excuse me. That's just really bringing these showers. A lot of rain has come down in Houston, especially to the west part of Houston. They've seen over 12 inches of rain, up to 16 inches of rain localized. And I actually heard a report. There was a news reporter out there doing a live shot, and they noticed there was a guy who was stuck in his car, and the news reporter went out there and pulled him out of the car before the car completely submerged. So it's nothing to play around with over there. If you have family in the east part of Texas, please make sure you're calling them and seeing if they're safe, because they're seeing a lot of rain going on. They also had 8 reports of hail yesterday. So it's not really strong storms. It's just that the system is not moving, and it's just pouring all this rain in one area over and over again. But for us here in the East Coast, it's pretty clear. High pressure is dominating. As you can see, this strong line of storms that I told you about, it's just dumping all this rain over and over again in the same areas. It's not really moving much. Right now, it looks like it's moving into the mid part of Louisiana. But also, we are very dry here in Tallahassee and also in the east part of the country. And you can see all this moisture that the front is just sucking out of the Gulf of Mexico, all that green that you saw. There's nothing but moisture. But for tonight, it's going to be 49 here in Tallahassee. But moving on into tomorrow, it's going to be 85 here, 82 in Orlando, 81 in Miami, 80 in Key West. These temperatures are going to continue for the next couple of days, and it's going to be amazing. And with that, I'll pass it off to Mackie, because he's going to give you more on that.
Thank you so much, Andres. Let's get a see what's going on there. If we could adjust the opacity really quick. Currently on campus, it's 81 degrees, mostly cloudy. That cloud cover is going to be in play. It's going to be 33 degrees is the dew point. Relative humidity is sitting really nicely low down at 18%. It feels really dry out, really comfortable, nothing to worry about. Wind 6 miles an hour out of the east. Again, no need to hold on to your umbrellas too tight. Not that you would. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. They're going to give it to me for saying this, but it's not broken. It is completely clear out. Things look really great across the Big Bend region. Not much to see there. Current temperatures, I mentioned it earlier, 81 in Tallahassee, 79 in Quincy, 79 in Bainbridge. Really consistent throughout a lot of this area. Things are looking really nice, really warm. That's something we haven't seen a lot of in a while. Winds, as I mentioned earlier, they're pretty mild. Mostly out of the east, you're seeing 3 miles an hour in Monticello, a little faster, 6 miles an hour in Tallahassee. The high value on the map right now is 9 miles an hour Apalachicola, and that's coming off the Gulf, so just a little different there. Futurecast, again, what Andres mentioned, the big story, that storm system that's sitting out, eastern Texas, Louisiana, you can see I'm setting it in motion. It's just kind of sitting there, staying in the same spot. That's the reason they're getting such high amounts of precipitation. It's a stationary front. It's just sitting there. It's really blocked in, and they can, unfortunately, look forward to a lot more rain in their forecast. Something they might not need right now. It's 48 degrees in Tallahassee at the Westcott building. It's going to be 48 tonight, excuse me. Cool and clear. Grab a light jacket. Maybe a windbreaker. You're going to have light wind values out of the northeast. Nothing too bad. Boating forecast. If you're out on the water, hopefully this isn't the view you see from underwater. Wind right now, 5 to 10 knots out of the southeast. Waves, 1 to 2 feet, so it's a light chop, really sunny. Things will be really nice. And look at this. You got over 12 hours of sunshine. If you want to go out, take advantage of it. Make sure you do. So for tomorrow, it's going to be 85. Sunshine's going to stick around, not a cloud in sight. Things are going to be really great. Winds 5 miles an hour, as they have been throughout my entire forecast. Things are looking really good. If you're planning your day tomorrow, though, 8 a.m. if you're up that early, which I won't be, it's going to be 53 degrees, real clear. 12 p.m., it's going to warm up to 77, still clear. 5 p.m., I think that headline sums it up very nicely. There's plenty of sunshine. It's going to stick around all day into the week. It's going to be 84 degrees once we get to that point in the day. As far as the five-day forecast goes, I'll step off to give you a better view of that. Tuesday, Wednesday, sunny, clear, 85 and 86 are the highs. It's going to be beautiful days. Make sure you go out, take advantage of that. Rain chances are going to increase Thursday going into Friday. We're expecting some precipitation and a drop in the temperature along with that. Things are going to clear up once we get into Saturday, fewer clouds, and into the rest of the weekend. For now, we're going to send it over to Ulises, who's got a very special report.
All right, thank you, Matt. I'm going to be bringing you the other big story that occurred throughout this weekend and today. While in the U.S. we're dealing with a deluge in Houston, the rest of the world is actually focusing on tropical cyclone Fantala. Right now, it's 160 miles per hour floating in the southwestern Indian Ocean just to the north of Madagascar. On Sunday, it did reach 173 miles per hour for 1 minute, and it became the strongest cyclone in the Indian Ocean. As of right now, it's going towards the west at 1 mile per hour. By the time we get to tonight into tomorrow morning, it will actually begin to make a 180 going towards the southeast until at least Thursday or Friday, where the chances are that it could eventually go towards Madagascar now as a reduced Category 1 or Category 2 cyclone. When it comes to the cyclones just in the Pacific and even in the Indian Ocean this last 6 months, it's been really impressive thanks to the very strong El Nino. You remember Patricia broke records in the Northeast Pacific at 215 miles per hour back in October. And also in February, in the Southwest Pacific, we also had Tropical Cyclone Winston at 180 miles per hour. So 3 tropical cyclones in their 3 respective basins have shattered their records in the last 6 months. Very impressive stuff. But now we're going to take it more towards a group event, as all of us are going to be in front of the green screen talking about some good times.
All right, thank you, Ulises. We're all out here just to wrap up and kick off the finale week here at FSU Weather with some really good people. We got a lot of people here in the studio watching, and it's going to be a very big week. Ayesha, you certainly know that one very well, especially coming up on Wednesday. You can talk about that in a second, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched our show this year. It's been an honor to be the producer for the Monday show, and I really appreciate all these people around me for supporting me throughout the years, and well, at least this year, and years, and getting me down in the studio and having a lot of fun. So I'll let Ayesha talk a little bit about what's going on this week and maybe some of your favorite memories.
All right, well, tune in on Wednesday, Webcam Wednesday. One more, guys. One more, but Jake is going to take over for me next year. He'll be on Wednesdays. Thank you for tuning in. Marvelous Matt and his Marvelous Mondays. Thank you so much for being here, and that's all I got to say. I enjoyed it with you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ayesha. Webcam Wednesdays are going to be sticking around, that's for sure. But in terms of memories, I brought up our live shot expansion this year. But something I wanted to bring up was my very first show back in September. I had only done a couple of practice rounds, and I wasn't really sure about it. I came down to do another practice round, and I walk into the studio, and Matt right here, he walks up to me and he tells me, "Welcome to our show." And I was on the show. From there, it was just a fantastic journey, and I really could not be any happier to have worked with all of you. And I'm just looking forward to being able to, take the torch, the clipboard, so to speak, from Ayesha and really carry on a fantastic legacy to all of you left here. So I'm going to give it over to Casey now.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, let's go ahead and just in general, I've enjoyed shows over the last 4 years. I was telling that earlier in our Facebook group, just a great experience here at FSU Weather, the only student-produced show fully in the entire country. So really a remarkable thing that we're doing here at this university. And overall, there's just been so many moments. Michael Lowry interview comes to mind, those live shots. Jake referenced as well, just so many fun memories here on this show. There's just so many, inordinate really. But now I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Andres.
Yeah, and just like you passed a clipboard over to me on last Friday's show, I'm going to be taking over Casey's Friday show, and I have big shoes to fill because Casey has done a remarkable job with the show, and I'm really glad to be a part of this group. I think we all have grown together for the past year, and I hope that we continue to set this this bar even higher for people behind us. Maybe some of y'all here that are sitting in the audience watching take over the show for us after we're done. So my favorite memory was dressing up for Halloween, though. That was my favorite memory. I'll pass it off to Ulises right quick.
All right, thanks, Andres. For me, my favorite memory was just the whole severe weather coverage back in February, and also I did provide the occasional bloopers with the name mishaps throughout the year, especially with the letter brought to you by the letter J. But now we're gonna be sending it over with Jay with a solo.
Yes, Jay is also my favorite letter since the start of my name. My favorite memory was back on National Pet Day, or not National Pet Day, National Puppy Day, where I actually had puppies running around in the studio. They were so adorable. But enough about that. Let's get over to the solo desk. Recently, the FSU men's tennis team closed out their regular season with a big win over Boston College, 5-2, which made the tie for the actual record for FSU men's tennis team wins in recent history. So that's a very big accomplishment for them. And I also see it's very good weather going on for most of the week. Now, it being the last Monday show, it's a bigger congratulations to Matt, and who's be handing over the show to Brooke next year. I know they're very excited to get the ball rolling with that. But to Matt, you've been a wonderful team leader from Monday, and we all very much appreciate your hard work and dedication towards the show. My favorite memory has always been between me and Matt. And Matt just makes me laugh every 5 seconds about just really about anything. And of course, Matt having the travel segment, it was a very exciting thing to watch since I'm going to Vermont in a couple of weeks, and I know I'm very excited for the travel segment he's going to be producing after the show. But enough about that. Now let's send it over to the final local with one of my very favorite clouds of all time, Mr. Casey Cloud.
Surprise, it's all of us. I wanted to give Tyler a minute to talk as well because you didn't get a chance there.
No problem. Thank you so much. My favorite moment actually was set up last year for what happened this year, and that was the tornado that hit Meridian in the north areas of Tallahassee. That actually the anniversary, that's 1 year ago tomorrow. It would have been today had it not been for the leap year, but that sort of springboarded in towards all the sort of weather coverage I did with you, Casey. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tyler. Go ahead and give this mic over to Matt now, and I'll go ahead and take you through your local forecast. So you see the Doppler radar across the viewing circle, all clear right now. Just great conditions overall, nice to enjoy, really. Now those across the region to Tri-State, we see temperatures southeast Alabama, 79, Montgomery, 77, Dothan, Southeast Georgia, 79 over in Albany, 80 Valdosta, 81 here in the capital city. As we broaden things out to those wind speeds, they're a little bit gusty. 6 Tallahassee, 10 miles an hour over in Panama City, but really not too big of a factor overall. Just a good evening to go out and enjoy here. Now, Futurecast, all clear again. That's the story. Wonderful. Getting into Tuesday morning, you're having something to eat. It's nice again, but as we get Tuesday evening into early Wednesday, you start to see some clouds come across our region. Something to keep an eye on for sure. You'll see those kind of sweep through. Not too big of a deal, though. Not expecting any precipitation with those. That's the good news. Don't really need to have an umbrella then. Until Wednesday afternoon, overall mostly clear skies, but as we get later into the period, we'll be starting to see a chance for some showers come back in, especially on Friday. That system out toward the Houston area will be having an impact closer toward our viewing circle, but nothing like what they're seeing out there, that's for sure. So 48 degrees Tallahassee, 50 St. Mark's, 56 in Carabel, 57 Apalachicola. Just go out and enjoy the refreshing conditions for your day on your Tuesday, 53 in the morning. It'll be warming up to 77 by the lunch hour, 84 by 5 p.m. Plenty of sunshine around, just gorgeous around our viewing area. What you're going to want to wear? Well, I like cardigan tonight. That jacket, not too big of a deal. That cool weather around. Sneakers, shorts tomorrow will be warm, and jeans tomorrow night. Now, later into the week even, it'll be feeling like it'll be in the mid to upper 80s even, so just really warm conditions to go out and enjoy. Your week ahead, 85 Tuesday, 86 Wednesday, 82 Thursday. Those precipitation chances starting to come into the picture. Go ahead and step out of the way. You see those temperatures upper 80s even Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So very warm conditions indeed here across our viewing area. Now we'll go ahead and look in toward the weather situation here for the last desk here with Jay.
Yes, Casey. This week, the end of the week, it's going to be Earth Day on Friday, so your final show. So I know everyone is super excited about that. And we have the underclass show for them, at least on my Thursday show. So that's a great way to end it out.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 shows there. That'll be something to remember for sure.
Especially since it's going to be great weather coming up ahead, too. You're talking about sunshine. Well, pretty much the majority of the week going on for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Ranges do come back in on Friday, as we see with double box. But the temperatures do go down quite a bit on that Friday too, but it does warm back up.
Yeah, just great weather, maybe even to go out, maybe to the beach, something like that, there on Saturday or Sunday, getting there 90 degrees. It's just going to be beautiful. Again, as I've been emphasizing, just go out and enjoy it. You maybe take a study break, go out, maybe to the FSU Reds even.
Yes, but of course, you always like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and always watch our, well, not so happy faces because it's last week's show on livestream.com/FSU Weather. And of course, we do have an Instagram where we posted a bunch of pictures from the North Florida AMS banquet that we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience there with Michael Lowry from the Weather Channel. But thanks so much for joining us here on this Monday evening. I'm Casey Cloud.
And I'm meteorologist Jay Kimball. Have a great night, Tallahassee. And of course, the last final show, Brooke, it's your show now. So we wish you the best of luck.
Absolutely. Good night.